Where there is the start of a journey, there must also come a close. As this weekend, we are settling with the last world in this entire game. So yeah, hey everybody, it's RRPG here, and welcome back to another episode of RRPG Let's Play Live Commentary, where we're going to get back on track with Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo. So, as you would have guessed, in today's episode, or for this weekend of episodes, we are going to be tackling the last world, which is world number 6, and we are going to be fighting off against Baby Bowser in the final battle. And to kick off things, we're going to be starting off with our first video, where we're going to get through the first 4 levels, and then in the next video, which is tomorrow, we will get started with the last 4 levels of the entire game. And then that will be a picture wrap on this game in its entirety. And I have to tell you that I've had a really fun time playing this game, but it's kind of sad that I have to bring it at a close after we get done with this. But hopefully I can do some more Mario-related goodness coming in the future, and I know that I will. But let's end off this Let's Play with a really strong bang. So let's get started by getting on with this episode that's already in progress. And as you would have guessed from the title of the level, or the name of the level, it's called Scary Skeleton Goonies. So yeah, you can actually tell that the Goonies from World 5 have actually turned into skeletons here, because, well, if you were to compare this place to something that's quintessential to the 3 realms of, or the 3 worlds of within our planet, you know, heaven, hell, and earth, this place kind of does look like hell. And rightfully so, because the Goonies are dead. Well, I'm not talking about the movie Goonies. I mean, it's still a cult classic amongst a lot of people, but I'm just saying that the Goonies in this game, they're all skeletal. Let's come over here. We're going to go down here in the secret pipe, and it's time to see what goodies we can get down here, but it's mostly going to be another coin run to where we can collect coins and try to get some more 1-ups. Yay! So, how are you all doing this weekend? Hope you all are having a pretty good time. I hope a lot of you picked up Tales of Graces F on the PS3 this past weekend. I know I did. Or this past week. And I know for a fact that I did. And I'm really enjoying it so far. I will say that from what I played, I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but from what I played, it's definitely not... I mean, it's a good game, but I don't think it's better than Vesperia. But from what it's worth, it's actually a very enjoyable adventure. I mean, if you complain about Final Fantasy X being way too linear, kind of the same thing with Final Fantasy XIII, well, you'll be surprised that this game is actually pretty linear too. But when you're traveling on a world map in linear fashion, it actually does feel like you're on a world map, period. So, it's not like you're getting ripped off with something that's not supposed to represent a world map, because it actually does. So... yeah, from what I played so far, it's actually pretty good. Although, for JRPG buffs like myself, I'd say that this is mostly that the game is mostly recommended for people who like to play JRPGs like myself. But, you know, I think with what the Xillia movement has done to try to get people more interested in the franchise, and from what I've been hearing about potential pre-order numbers, I think Tales of Graces F may be a really good breakthrough RPG to where we can finally get Tales of Xillia before the PS3 closes its life cycle. And I definitely like to see it go out with a bang too, if you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, from what I played, it's definitely lots of fun, but, you know, maybe this will open up the possibility where we'll get more games to come to the West. Who knows? But it seems to be that way, because there's been talks about Namco Bandai reissuing a U.S. trademark, or reissuing a trademark for Tales of Hearts in the U.S., but it might go for digital download. And as I've been saying, this might be possible for the 3DS, since they do have that whole digital download feature with the eShop, so it would make perfect sense if they did that. Make it a 3DS download game. And it would be a good opportunity for us to get a chance to play Tales of Graces. I mean, you know, the game Tales of Graces, so... I mean, not Tales of Graces, but Tales of Hearts, in a sense. But yeah, I would be all up for that. But yeah, if any of you are playing Tales of Graces F on your PS3, let me know what you think. I mean, do you like it for what it is, or do you wish it could have been something a bit better? For me, I definitely like it a lot more. I definitely like it a lot more than Final Fantasy 13 in terms of the linear fashion. I mean, sure, it may take a slow time to get started, but at least it'll get better in the long run. And I definitely think Namco Bandai has put out another really well-made product. But I have to tell you, from what I played, there is that one character that people are just going to tremendously hate throughout the entire game. And that one character I am referring to is that character who goes by the name of Pascal. I mean, I really like Kate Higgins as a voice actor, but for God's sakes, I mean, having somebody who doesn't even shut up and who only speaks in onomatopoeias, it's really getting very, very redundant just to hear somebody who can't even just shut her mouth for like 5 minutes. It's like, oh gosh, we already heard you. That's enough. Yeah, it's kind of like one of those moments. So, yeah, as you would have guessed, there is that one character that you are gonna stand to hate in this entire game. Oh god, no, no! Dang it! But for everybody else who voiced their characters in the game, I think they all do a pretty good job. I mean, most of them are very recognizable who played characters from past Tales games, but I think for the most part, they actually do really well playing their characters out. Very nicely. Especially with Bryce Papenbrook, who plays the main character Asbel Lant. I think he actually did a pretty good job. And, you know, I know some people may not be for the fact that with games that are Japanese, that they don't even tend to like those games a whole lot. And I can understand in their case, but, in all seriousness, are you really gonna are you gonna expect, like, movie quality production when it comes to the voice acting for something that's Japanese? Nah, I don't think so. I mean, when it comes to being dubbed in the United States or in the West, nah, I don't think so. But at least there are those who are serious enough to put on a really good show in terms of the voice acting. So, yeah, for what it's worth, I think Tales of Graces F manages to hit another great, tends to hit another score with great voice acting, kind of like most of the other past Tales games, especially ones that are in the main Mothership franchise. You know what, first, when I saw the official debut trailer for the localization for Tales of Graces F, when I heard about the storyline being the testing of friendship, I was like, oh, it's going to be another one of these games, huh? But after I played through it quite a bit, I'm actually starting to, I initially didn't like it at first when I saw the trailer about what they were trying to go for in terms of the story, but from what I played so far, it's actually not bad. Gotcha. But yeah, I didn't even think that I was going to like it at first, but now that I've seen the character development so far, it's actually got me hook, line, and sinker, and I bet it does for all of you too, so... I mean, I may complain that the character designs by Mutsumi Inomata look shoujo, but I would have preferred if it was Kosuke Fujishima because of his shonen anime archetypes that his shonen drawing archetypes that he always creates for his characters. But I think with Inomata's case, I think she done a fine job in the long run. So, but I will say from can I get up there, please? But I will say when playing Tales of Graces F, it's definitely the third game in the series to be brought. The third game where Mutsumi Inomata did the character designs for that we've seen in the West, where the first one was Tales of Destiny and the other was Tales of Destiny 2 or Tales of Eternia. But yeah, third time we're seeing her work in the West. I guess it's a really big charm for those who are fans of her work. At first I thought she was a part of that group who made Code Geass, but evidently I was wrong. It's actually somebody else who worked on Code Geass, not her, but regardless, it's still pretty good. I mean, her work is still pretty good for the characters. But in all seriousness, I still prefer Kosuke Fujishima, who worked on Oh My Goddess, to do the character designs. But that's just me. Alright, anyway, we finished off level 1 of World 6, and we got 93 points, so that's not bad for a near-perfect score. But it's time for us to get a little bit more serious to see if we can actually try to outdo the failures of trying to get 100 points in a level, because I think we should be able to do that in this level, believe it or not. We got ourselves another cave level here, and as you can tell, there is lava spewing in the background and not water this time. And I know some people may be asking me, you know, what Let's Play are you going to be working on? Hey, give me back my... give me back my kid. That's in... Oh, there was a bandit who had the red coin. Hey, give me back my kid! Stupid bandits. Gosh, you guys suck. Nobody likes you, bandits. And nobody likes you, potaboos. Oh well. But from what I played, Tales of Grace SF is definitely going to get me... it's definitely going to give me lots of replay value in the coming months, in the coming weeks too. And I've been seeing reviews of the game on Metacritic, and so far it's in 75%, but it's not bad if it's got a 75%, although I could have expected better, but regardless, I still think it's pretty good from what I played so far. But there are some reviewers who I do not agree with what they said about the review. I mean, there have been no negative reviews so far, but they've been mostly positive, while there are some that are kind of mixed. And one of the things that Game Trailers says that Game Trailers gave the game, I think they gave the game a 6.7 out of 10 or a 6.3, and they said that they criticized about the graphics, the slow pacing, and the linear gameplay. Well, but all I'm gonna say is this: from what they've said, I think in all seriousness they did not take a look as to why Tales of Grace's F was made as a way to make up for not having high definition visuals. Even though the visuals kind of look like they come from the Wii, but you know, they're still pretty good for what they are. But from what they said, or from what they did with Tales of Grace's F, instead of putting in newer visuals or updating the visuals, they at least put in like 3/4 more of the game than what you see in the overall main storyline. They actually have that future arc to where you can actually see like 75% more of the game, or 75% of the main game that you see is added on into the future arc. So yeah, they add in more story rather than just trying to update everything, because let's face it, the game was originally out on the Wii, so there's no way that it could really face up well in trying to be improved with visuals in HD. I know that may be kind of selfish of me, but you know, sometimes better graphics don't need to make the game really that good. I mean, people who are only interested in graphics are just only those for the visuals. They're not even looking at the gameplay and the story as a whole, because that's what mostly RPGs are about: gameplay and story. If you don't like the story and if you don't like the gameplay, then you're not going to have a good time. But just criticizing about the graphics and some other things that they could complain about the game, like the linear gameplay and the slow pacing, that doesn't matter. The main foundation of the Tales series is its battle system. And from the battle system that I played, it definitely looks like it's a cross between it is that linear motion battle system, but from what I played, it definitely feels like it's like they incorporated elements from the Onimusha games into Tales of Grace's F, where you can actually have, when you target enemies, you will auto lock onto them, but you have full reign of what attacks you can use. But you can what do you call it? You can actually strafe around your enemies in case if you want to get behind them, and you can attack them that way. And, you know, and since we're talking about the battle system, I will say, for the first time in a Tales game, I think they have abandoned tech points in this game, because it seems like most of the attacks that you do, they're mostly arts-based, and you don't even have tech points in the overall gameplay. So that's a first, where everything is mostly just tech-based in the battle system, instead of just maintaining melee or just the traditional, you know, gameplay of how you attack your enemies. So, yeah, it's mostly tech-based, but there's two types of text that you use. You either use defensive text, which is the A type of text, or you use offensive text. Defensive arts, and you use offensive arts, which they refer to as defensive as A arts and defensive as B arts. Or no, defensive as A arts and offensive as B arts. So yeah, everything is arts-based. So it doesn't strictly rely all on just melee combat. Which came as a huge surprise for me. I mean, I thought I wasn't gonna like it because of that, but the more I play it, the more I'm getting used to it, by far, so. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about that much any further because I seem to divert my attention all the way towards that game. Instead, we should be focusing on the rest of Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. And I do apologize, so don't hold it against me if I just constantly just talk about the other game so much, even though I like the other game. But right now we should focus on this game because we are traveling through spikes. Come on. Oh, go! No! Oh, I missed! Oh, I missed! I'm not gonna be able to get over... I'm not gonna be able... Ah! Dang it! Alright, let's try it again. Can we get over? Can we beat it? Hopefully we can. We just have to avoid the baseball bros. And gimme that! Thank you. Now we should be able to bypass everything else. Whoa, dang, that was a close call. Grab it. Yes, we made it! Yes! Would you take a look at that? My name's Willy Wonka, and I finally beat this level! After numerous tries, after I had to cut footage, I finally managed to beat that! See you later! I'm going to the next level! Bye-bye! Yes, we are now going to the next level, which is level 3 of World 6. And hey, we finally got ourselves 100 points this time! Very nice! Alright, what do we play? Match cards, item chance. So, we're finally playing a different bonus challenge. So, as you would have guessed, this takes a page from Super Mario Bros. 3, where you can actually play the flip card game to determine if you get pairs or if you don't. So, yeah, it's exactly this game. So, let's see if we can try to get them all without having to screw up. Excellent! That's one pair. If you manage to get pairs in all of them, then in the last pair you will actually end up getting 10 extra lives or a 10-up. Let's see if we can actually do that this time. Now I know the the magnifying glasses are right there next to each other. That was a pretty easy one. I should have went after that one first, but that's okay. Okay, we get ourselves an ice melon. And there's the other ice melon. I'm Frosty. Stay frosty! Now 20 extra star points. And we just only have 2 pairs left. And I think they only give you 2 chances to complete this. Whoop, wrong one. So yeah, I think we only have 1 more chance. Or do they give you 3 chances? I'm not even sure, but... Anyway, we know where everything is now, so let's go ahead and hit those last pairs. Or that last pair. And as you would have guessed, when we get the 7th and final pair, we get 10 extra lives. Very nice. So we have 151 lives in our stock right now. And that's a lot of lives, believe it or not. Yoshi's got a lot of life insurance. Definitely. Alright, we're now ready to go to level 3 of World 6. So we're just halfway through this video already, believe it or not. And what is going to go down in this level, I wonder? Well, we'll just have to see and find out. Okay, level 6-3. Beware the spinning logs. Spinning logs, huh? Oh, these things. Kind of reminds me of Super Mario Bros. 3 again. But we get some fast-paced music going on in the background, which is very, very weird. Oh, we got some more Raven dudes. I thought we were going to hear more just dark music since we're here in World 6. Because usually with the final world, you usually hear darker pieces of music, but not the case with this level. It's all happy-go-lucky, it seems. Let's see if we can try to stand on the log here, and we are going to grab this flower nicely. Oh, and by the way, I finally did manage to put in my pre-order for Ninja Gaiden 3 this week, so By next week, I should have 2 games that I'm going to be picking up. That game... Hey. Dang it. Shoot! My bad. So yeah, I should be able to play the game next week. Not only that, but I should be also picking up the game Kid Icarus Uprising for my 3DS. About time I played another Kid Icarus game, and I finally seen the 3 CGI anime videos that are available on Nintendo Video for the 3DS if you have one right now. And I have to say, from what I've seen... Oh, dang it, I just screwed myself up, didn't I? Hold on a sec. Okay, now let's get back on track where we left off, and hopefully we can get through this part now. Yes, we can. Gosh, I really hate how I all of a sudden end up dying when you least expect it to. Or when you least expect to fall. Oh gosh, I almost fell off again. So yeah, level 6 or world 6, it's definitely the hardest of the bunch, it seems. Definitely not as hard. Oh, it's oh my god, it definitely is more heart-throbbing. Look what we have here! Fuzzies! Out of everything that has to show up in the last world, these guys have to show up? I do not want to get drunk from these guys. Oh, God. Thank you. And whatever you do, do not swallow fuzzies. And do not touch them, or else you're gonna get dizzy. You're gonna get high. You're gonna get stoned. You're gonna get drunk. All those matters. But my god. Just whatever you do, do not touch Fuzzy. It will save you a lot of trouble. And I mean that. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some more eggs, and then we'll hit that middle ring. And let's experience some excruciating pain, as we have a bunch of these spinning logs that we have to jump across. But just take your time with these things, and don't try to be a show-off and ride them or try to jump on them when they're spinning. That's not very cool if you don't... I mean, it's not very cool if you jump on the logs when they're spinning like that. Not cool, man. Not cool. I don't think we can get anything right there, so... Oh, and speaking of which, there is another game that I've been playing. I've been also playing Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm Revolution, so... Dang, I screwed myself up. So yeah, I'm actually playing a Naruto game once again for once, so... and I haven't played any of the Ultimate Ninja games, to tell you the truth, but... From what I'm playing... It's actually a very fast-paced fighter. But I'm actually kind of disappointed that they seem to have abandoned the... from what I played, and I have played the demo for Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, but it's just that I'm really disappointed that they kind of seem to abandon the boss fight aspect that was in Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, because I actually really like that. It not only did it make the game feel like you were... You know, not only did the game feel like you were actually in a fighting game, but it also acted like you were in a beat-em-up type of situation to where you're actually fighting off against a boss. I actually like that. But from what I played, it seems to be pretty big. What it is past meets present. So that's what it basically is, but there are storylines that revolve around the main story, while there are some that are made up specifically for the game. But I can't really get into it that much, because I only played a little bit of it, so I don't know the full extent of the game as a whole, so... But from what I'm playing, it's actually very, very cool. Okay, so... We got ourselves some big boos here, and some... boo shy guys, or boo guys. I guess that's what you call them. And this is actually some pretty cool platforming that's... excuse me. There's actually some pretty cool platforming going on here in this level. Because of the diagonal platforms that you see that we're walking across. And some of them actually become their own platforms to where we can actually jump across those over the gaps. So it's actually pretty awesome. Just make sure you take your time and not go way too fast, or else you're not going to be able to get through fast enough. Okay. Go ahead and void the family of big boos, and we will press forward. Oh! It's a... what do you call it? The fireball... The fireball sticks, or the fireball logs, or whatever? Oh, I don't care. But yeah, those things that you've seen from the original Mario Brothers. Or Super Mario Brothers, that is. And they actually look like flames. They look like great balls of fire! Fireballs! Yum! Okay. Let's go ahead and head on further here. And we're gonna jump up further and see what we can find inside these pipes. Oh, hello, Piranha Plant. So, some of you might be asking, what is my next retro live commentary let's play after this? Well, I have been saying that I do plan on wanting to do a retro live commentary on either Battletoads or possibly one on a more obscure game. And I know that I tend to be doing let's plays on some of the ones that are actually very fun, but I know some people might be saying, you know, you should probably branch out a little bit and probably do something just that's a little bit more obscure. And you know what? I have to agree to that, and I've been thinking about doing Super Godzilla on the Super Nintendo. So you might actually be seeing that as the next let's play after this. And I've been saying that I said that I might be doing Battletoads, but I've also been thinking about doing the original Ninja Gaiden trilogy on the Super Nintendo, which actually should come in as a surprise. But you know what? Maybe we could go Daikaiju style this time and just play a game that has giant Japanese movie monsters. And I think a Godzilla game would actually be very nice. Of course, I should be playing the more recent ones, like Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee and Godzilla Save the Earth and Godzilla Unleashed, because those games are a lot better. And I know some people may be wanting me to try out, like, Godzilla Kaiju Daikatsun, or whatever it is. But, you know, it would be hard to do a Let's Play for that game, because it's a fighting game. Probably the best Godzilla game from the retro days. Something that only released in Japan, that we got teased by, that was going to come out in the US, but instead we got teased by Nintendo Power in the long run. So, yeah. We are about to get a really good Godzilla fighting game, but we never did get it. But rumors had it that Nintendo Power actually did have a copy of the game, you know, of the game that was about to release in the US, but after that, it never even came to be. And I'm pretty sure that would make a lot of Japanese movie monster fans really happy if something like that was released, because it definitely would have broke the mold for all the bad Godzilla games that were appearing back during the 80s and 90s, before we got the good ones that came out on the PS2, Xbox, and the GameCube. But, you know, anyway, let's go ahead and head in here, and let's go grab these coins, and most of them were red coins, so I'll take those. So yeah, most likely it will probably be Super Godzilla, because, I mean, I have played the NES game. I mean, sure, it's understandable, but it's really not my cup of tea when playing it, and it's just, it's a good idea for a side scroller, but it just doesn't meet my expectations. I mean, sure, it's the same as a traditional side scroller where you fight off against your most memorable foes, but you know, with Super Godzilla, I actually found the game actually to be very, very interesting than most of the other video games that you play at the time. So that's why I tend to want to try that game out, because sure, it may be flawed, but at least the concept was very interesting. Besides, we all love us a little Godzilla, don't we? Yes, I thought so. And I'm very surprised that we're actually getting that Legendary Pictures actually wants to do that American reboot, where it actually is a true reboot, and one that it doesn't actually try to follow that of the 1998 film, which doesn't even count as a real Godzilla movie. That movie was abysmal. Go ahead and see if we can kill this guy without having to waste any more eggs. Can we get you in the last hit? Yes, we can. Very nice. But yeah, Legendary Pictures having the American reboot, where the Japanese are working closely or Toho's working closely with Legendary Pictures to make an American reboot, I think it'll actually turn out for the better. And besides, I have seen the concept art of what they're portraying Godzilla to be in the reboot, and I have to say, he actually does look pretty good. I mean, keeping that overall impression of what he was back in the original films. Yeah, it's definitely intact for the reboot, so I think it's in good hands. Alright, so yeah, you can expect Super Godzilla probably next weekend or the weekend after that. I will need some time to play that game so that way I can familiarize myself with it, but it might be hard to try to get to that because, let's face it, I'm still playing Skyward Sword, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, as well as Majora's Mask and Tales of Grace SF. So I'm playing a lot of games at the moment, so it's really hard for me to try to stay focused on one game when I'm already playing some really awesome games at the moment. But hopefully that trend can break off very soon, so that way I can get onto one game, and then I could focus on doing a Let's Play for all of you there. And oh my goodness, look what we have here. A bunch of these spiky guys, and I don't think we're going to be able to get through. I think we're going to have to... We'll probably... no. Ow, get back on my saddle, Baby Mario. I don't think we can... Oh yeah, we can actually kill these guys. Dang it. Okay. Oh, cool. I just made a pressing movement of faith to try to grab that flower. And I succeeded. Come here, rats. Let me eat you up. Let me eat you up so that way I can devour you and make babies for Yoshi. Because Yoshi can create eggs. Oh boy, this could be a little bit more tricky. There we go. Very nice. Alright, so are we done with all the pipes here that are at the top? I mean, that's within this place? Because if we are, then we can finally hit that pipe that can actually lead us up to the top to where we actually need to go. And I think we just went the wrong way. I think we had to go down below to... Oh, dang it! That Starman got on the other side! No! Dang it! But anyway, we come over here. We actually open that up, and that will actually lead us to the pathway before the boss. Oh, cool. We got ourselves a middle ring, so we're all good. And there's nothing secretive over there, so let's go inside here. And let's go greet ourselves to the big version of the small dude with the spikes on his body. The rolling ball of the rolling ball with spikes and legs. And cool, we got a river of orange Listerine. I know it's lava, but like I said, I'm quoting Josh Jepson because I still find his comment about the lava in this game to be very funny. Orange Listerine. And we're gonna ride a log through the river of orange Listerine, or red lava. Funny. Do not drink that, Yoshi. I don't think it's good for you. Did we find all the red coins? Hopefully we did. Because if not, then that's really gonna put a damper in our trek in finding everything in this level. I hope we did, because I really do not want to backtrack if I want to get through the rest of the levels in order to try and, you know, do those extra levels. But anyway, we finally made it to the boss, and hi, Kamek.
Eek! How did you... I never expected you to get this far! Eek! Now it's over! Your game ends here!
Well, thank you, Kamek. But we will take care of this critter for you. And as you would have guessed, we have to play a game of Breakout in order to open up these contraptions, so that way we can actually lure the boss into the river of lava. But make sure you avoid his jumps, because he always will jump at you when you're high up off the ground. So when he gets closer, just take aim and he will jump down. There he goes. He's finally down for the count. And with that, the first 4 levels of World 6 have been officially completed. Very nice.
Yoshi!
Yes, we did ourselves good, Yoshi. Alright, we got 30 stars. No! We actually did miss 4 red coins! Dang it! Oh well, I guess we'll just have to backtrack through that level later, but anyway, guys, since we made it through those first 4 levels of this world, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna close things off here. So next time, on Double RPG Let's Play Live Commentary, where we're with Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo, we're gonna finish up this game by going through the last 4 levels in their entirety. So, anyway, gamers, take care of yourselves, and I shall see you tomorrow for the final episode. This is Double RPG signing off. Later, gamers!